Cominciamo subito con la prima gara, proprio subito ta. Qua la maglia gialla non la prenderemo con Wangenekten, ma la prenderemo con l'Hammerting o con qualcun altro. Però la maglia verde la devo prendere forse con Wangenekten, quindi me lo prenderò, dai. Allora ci sta l'Hammerting e Anton, sono buoni, però comunque c'è Wangenekten, non lo posso lasciare senza maglietta gialla. Cioè la maglietta gialla, maglietta verde volevo dire. Ma come, non c'è manco la maglietta verde? Cioè in tutto quanto questo tempo l'ha persa. Vabbè, me la vado a ripigliare.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. His teammates are already supplying the pace to finish in a sprint. The breakaway is forewarned. If they merge, it will make too big of a breakaway. The peloton prefers to ride and claw back those in front. Don't let the counterattack catch up. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up.
Over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price. You almost look out of strength. Look after yourself if you want to avoid a blow-up. The race is won as a team. If your rider doesn't have enough energy to break away early in the stage, don't hesitate to use team comm to ask teammates to attack or to change the rider.
Here's a pure rouleur. Make sure you don't leave him alone up front. It will be difficult to catch him, and it's better for him to finish on his own.
His teammates are accelerating. They're no doubt readying the intermediate sprint. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The gap between the peloton and the escapees is stable.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have team comm.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. The first climb of the day is classified as 4th category. There will be 1 point that goes towards the mountain standings. 30 seconds lead for the head of the race. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
It's a tight-packed peloton that's entering the final stretch at Huy. The favourites and their teams would have given no hope to the baroudeurs. 10 kilometres to the finish, and 2 more difficulties on the menu. The Mur Saint-Léonard and the Mur de Huy.
Non mi ero proprio accorto, mannaggia.
You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
Axel, adesso mi scrivo. Iscritto.
We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is, you didn't prove me wrong. We could have hoped for a better start, but it doesn't matter. We'll have
Vabbè, la
other
prima è dei
chances to do
bambini,
better.
va. GNR mi scrivo pure a te.
Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage.
Hello everyone. The long road to Nancy will require that sprinters aiming for another notch on their handlebars will have to ensure that teammates make their contribution. A detour will be made via Verdun in tribute to those who fell during the Great War. The riders have just set out and already there's an attack.
Dai, io... non si sposta.
Difficult to predict how today will go. Fighters have a real chance to put pressure on the sprinters because of the climbs in the last 25 kilometers. Moreover, we can expect a puncher to make more of the circumstances than a pure sprinter.
Virtually, He takes the lead of the overall standings.
1 minute for the breakaway. It's looking good.
The yellow jersey has got his team riding early to manage the time gap.
He can ride all day long on the flat. It would be hard to say that he's in his element on short climbs or sprints.
Guys, at the beginning of this tour, the sprinters will not allow breakaways. If there are more than 5 or 6 riders in front, the sprinters will get their teammates to ride. It is not always a good idea to be too many in a breakaway, as the others will not necessarily want to cooperate with us.
The peloton has caught up. There's no more escapees. He's trying to escape. Counter-attack attempt. There's a counter-attack. Watch out, he's aiming for the green jersey. There's an attack behind.
Quando faremo il primo scatto intermedio, dopo lo scatto intermedio facciamo che velocizzo fino agli ultimi 5 km.
Ranked 4th category, the next King of the Mountain summit will earn 1 point for the rider who's in front at the top.
His teammates are accelerating. He's no doubt asked them to reel in the counterattack to avoid too big a breakaway. You are 2 kilometers from the top. The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. Change of leader in the overall youth standings. He's the new leader of the overall youth standings. The peloton is starting to ride behind you. It looks like he doesn't want yet another rider at the head of the race. Here's the positions over the last climb.
Here's a pure rouleur. Make sure you don't leave him alone up front. It will be difficult to catch him, and it's better for him to finish on his own.
Watch out. You're not going to be able to keep up this pace for very long. You risk a blow-up.
One and a half minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
The race is won as a team. If your rider doesn't have enough energy to break away early in the stage, don't hesitate to use Team Com to ask teammates to attack or to change the rider. Okay, I'll protect him. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The head of the race is 5 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
The breakaway is losing ground. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end.
The intermediate sprint is over a slight uphill false flat. It will pay not to step on the pedal too soon. Another left-hand bend and the leading riders will be at the foot of the last climb. There's 1 point to be picked up at the top.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. Watch the demeanor of the other sprinters to know when to launch your sprint. If you start too soon, you will be unable to continue your effort to the line. If you start too late, you will not have time to work your way to the front. Just 5 more kilometers. We are heading for a mass sprint.
He's accelerating. The finish will be adjudged at the end of a 1.5 kilometer straight.
Last kilometer. You've got to sprint. Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer.
Ah, all'ultimo mi ha superato.
Great, guys! I wasn't expecting anything from this. You bring home a podium place? Well done to you all! Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today is a tiring route.
Hello everyone, it's a real roller coaster of a stage that awaits the riders today. There may be no climb above a category 2, but riders will still have to stay alert. The succession of mountain passes could well be a test for those with sore legs.
You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. The head of the virtual overall standings is ours. But don't get carried away. The stage is still long.
There's a tough start to the stage. The riders begin almost at the foot of the Col de la Schlucht, classified second category. There will already be 5 points to be had for the first over the top. The riders won't immediately drop into a descent after the summit. Some might take the opportunity to try their luck.
You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price.
He's a rider who can put in a long day's ride. He has no real strengths or weaknesses except the mountains. His best chance of victory is to try a breakaway from far out. If the climbs are short, he's pretty good. On the other hand, mountain passes are not really his strong point. If he wants to take points for the polka dot jersey, he must break away.
Your breakaway companions look like they want to up the pace. The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you. You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good.
The leaders are beginning the descent. The first part isn't complicated, but the finish requires more concentration so as not to be taken by surprise.
Sarà una lunga discesa. Però raga, qua ci sta l'attacco per la maglietta verde in discesa. Oh mio Dio, che figo.
You're the one with the most points for the green jersey in the breakaway. You're approaching the intermediate sprint. He's the best sprinter in the group. Take his wheel if you want to score some points.
Prendi i punti sono i miei.
You've won the intermediate sprint. Well done.
The next two climbs are pretty much clones. Short, steep, and classified as second category.
You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. His teammates are leading the chase at the head of the peloton. His intentions seem clear. Win in a sprint.
The head of the race is starting a new climb. The next king of the mountain summit will bring 5 points to the rider who's first over the top. The peloton is 1 minute away.
The yellow jersey was in danger, but he's once again leading the overall standings. He's been dropped. The stage is too much for him.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers. Breakaway over.
You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price.
10 kilometers left, and there's one remaining difficulty for the riders. Although it doesn't count towards the mountain classification, with its 5-kilometer slope at an average of 4%, it could be decisive for the stage win. Final difficulty. Victory should be played out here.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Attack! No need to ask questions. He's moving on to the attack. Attack! No need to ask questions. He's turning the screw. Seconds lead for the head of the race. Only 5 kilometers left for the lead riders. The peloton is on their heels. It's unlikely that they manage to hold out to the finish.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. Being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
The red pennant, and the sprint is on.
Last kilometer, come on, guys!
No, perché? No, perché non mi ha scattato? Cioè, non mi ha scattato. Ho fatto lo slow motion senza scattare. Prima non aveva fatto così e non stava scattando, invece doveva fare così.
Great, guys! I wasn't expecting anything from this stage, and you bring home a podium place? Well done to you all!
Gabrius, adesso mi iscrivo. Fatto.
Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. It's
Vabbè, sta gara non voglio farla.
We can hope to be on top at the end of the stage. We've got to pick up as many points as possible to overtake the leader of the classification. We don't have what it takes to play a prominent role. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to join the early breakaway.